Now I'm starting to send it. Come on. Okay, there we go. Now we are live on YouTube. So that connection should be good. And now we are going live on TikTok as well. So we are live on TikTok. So um, again, hopefully everything works out well. Hopefully the connection is great. We are still doing, guess we're doing a update, which I wish that would have popped up sooner, but that's okay. The lovely colors, unstable internet, video quality will automatically be adjusted. That's not good. My internet should be good. My internet should be fantastic. All right, now we're ready to start. Again, if you are joining us, um, whatever platform you're joining us on, hopefully you can watch. Hopefully everything is good. I've got YouTube, Twitch, and okay. Live Studio is having issues. And for whatever reason, it's not going very well. My PC might not be able to handle all this. Okay, I'm sorry if you are joining in from Twitch or YouTube. It seems like we're having some issues. Um, it's not going the greatest. So I may have to, I don't know. We'll see what we're gonna do. If it persists, I might have to switch to only using one specific stream instead of trying to multi-stream to different websites and platforms. But we are still working on shiny hunting. Specifically, we are shiny hunting for a Yamper. After probably at least 500 hatches, if not more, we still have not gotten the shiny. Our odds for getting the 1 in 512 chances are probably at about the odds, if not a little bit higher or lower, give or take maybe 20. Um, but again, we have hatched so many of these things, and I'm ready to get them gone and over with. I am so sick and tired of hatching egg after egg. Hasn't been very fun, you know? We definitely would like to see a little bit more go on, but again, we are going to do what we can to make this a reality. Again, if you're new, I'm doing a shiny hunting challenge. I will hopefully be able to post a longer clip either on YouTube or TikTok or both when I actually have completed the challenge. As of right now, we are 1/26th of the way through the challenge. We are starting with Z, going all the way through Z2A. So Yamper is next on the list. And again, there's other parts to this challenge to make it a little bit more difficult, a little bit more intriguing, trying to do different things with it. So part of that is using different shiny hunting methods, part of that's using different games on the Switch, as well as finding Pokemon in different locations or different types. Specifically, Alpha Pokemon. Getting one of those is a must for this challenge. legendaries. It could be nice to try to get 2 or more, but excuse me. But we are still just trying to work on this little thing right here. Fortunately, we couldn't just start off with a shiny. I might go for a little bit before I switch these eggs out, just to make sure that we have a full stock, a full lineup. And then we will continue to just hunt the crap out of these. Now, I know I've been primarily streaming Pokemon Shield, but I'm hoping to stream a little bit more content, like maybe if we're lucky, Legends Arceus will be the next game, or Scarlet and Violet, because I've heard great things about Scarlet and Violet on the Switch 2. I haven't played it since I've gotten my Switch 2, but I'd like to see how that looks and how that works. Again, not a shiny Yamper. But in other news, oh no. Okay, the stream is a little bit laggy, it seems. But we should be okay for right now. Again, if it happens to be laggy and somebody needs to go to a different platform, I am the Shiny Hunting God on Twitch as well as on TikTok, and then I'm just Shiny Hunting God on YouTube. But we've got some things to talk about today. Oh no. Specifically, I want to talk about Pokemon Go Fest. So, again, I like all things Pokemon, or I try to like all things Pokemon. Pokemon Go Fest has been a bit shaky recently, and I've been doing a little bit of research on what to do with Pokemon Go Fest, because it's really one of the few times where you're really maximizing the amount of shinies or the amount of joy you can get from the game. I don't know if that's a good way of putting it, but again, if you are somebody who really does enjoy Pokemon Go, but you feel like it gets kind of bland, at least the Go Fest have a lot of content, a lot of things going on that make it worth playing. And it's a full weekend, so it can be a nice way to enjoy the outdoors and get your steps in, do whatever you need to do. But there's so many things that are part of Pokemon Go Fest, and again, if you're not somebody who likes to buy really anything for a free game, then you can do what you want. You'll really only have, you do get some benefits, like I believe the habitats are still there if you're somebody who doesn't want to spend money, but as a shiny hunter, the main goal of mine is to get shiny Pokemon, and so in my eyes, spending, I think the ticket this year was probably 15 bucks, which again, maybe not what you'd want to spend on a free game. That's a decision for each individual to make. But as I see it, there's only a few times a year where I'm going to be spending money on this game, and it's not a huge, crazy expense. $15 is kind of not fun if you're paying stuff every single month, but in terms of the overall experience, I think the $15 is warranted. You can break it up as like $7.50 per day, and the amount of things that you get from it are just gonna stack up. You get more XP, more raid passes. You get different Pokemon spawning. You get a paid research. So there's all these things that you get with the ticket. Now, there's also another thing that you can buy on top of it, and it's a Go Deluxe Pass thing. Because they've started doing like these Battle Pass systems, especially for these events. And I don't know exactly all the rewards, but it seems like it might be worth it because what they usually do is they usually have like you can get a raid pass thing, and that's $5, and then you can get a egg hatching pass, and that's another $5. And so you're spending $10 on that alone, and then I think for the Go Tour for Unova, they had another similar pass that you could buy, and I don't know if that was $10 or if it was $15 altogether. But the point is, the price isn't really changing much overall. Hold on, sorry. Thought I saw something. The price isn't really changing much if you're buying, if you were normally buying the raiding, the egg hatching, and that Battle Pass-esque premium side. But it's still a lot of money to throw at it if you're talking about you're buying the ticket and then you buy that. That's $35 just for the weekend. And that's not including if you're trying to buy any coins to maximize using some of those things to get more raid passes, to get some remote raid passes, to get eggs, incubators, right? So it really depends on how much you want to spend, how much you're willing to spend to maximize your experience. And usually, from my experience, I usually try to spend maybe $40 on coins and then buy some of the extra stuff. I usually don't buy the raid pass unless it's a reasonable price, and $5 isn't too bad. But the reason why I'm actually kind of excited for this this Go Tour is because next week leading up to, or the Go Fest, this week leading up to, or this coming week, I should say, starting on Monday, they're leading up to the Go Fest, kind of like how they usually do. They have raids or a raid hour every single day of the week, and this year it's featuring the Regis. And so I believe on Monday it's Regirock, Regice, Registeel, which I was fortunate enough to get those shiny. Those have been shiny in the game for a while, but nonetheless, I already have those, but it would be nice to get some extras for trades, especially because I don't know if my wife has all of them. She might, but lucky trades in the future would be really nice for those as well. Now, I believe after that it goes Regieleki, which I do not have the shiny of. Drago, which I also do not have the shiny of. And then Regigigas to wrap it all up, which I also do not have the shiny of. So it would be really fun to try to get shinies for those Pokemon, doing a couple of extra raids a day. And they add these new backgrounds, so it makes it a little bit, I don't know, makes it more enjoyable in the grand scheme of things. Oh, it's trying to reconnect. Well, we're doing good. And again, if it's laggy on Twitch, YouTube, just let me know. I can't really see if the connection's poor on those or not. Um, but shiny hunting those is going to be a blast, since I don't have those, and I would love to have them. Especially because I don't know if I want to keep them on Pokemon Go or transfer them to the main games, because, man, those would be awesome to have. Um, but nonetheless, the raid pass part of the deluxe experience is going to be worth it. You get an extra raid pass every single day. Um, and again, you can maximize your chances of getting those Pokemon. And I believe there's going to be a raid challenge where the more you raid, the if you complete this global challenge, everybody will have an increased catch rate with the premier balls from raids. So hopefully raiding is a lot quicker too, and you're not spending 10 minutes trying to catch one stupid Reggie, because that's annoying when you're trying to maximize the event. Now, in terms of everything else that's going on, there's going to be, if you do whatever the timed research is, usually it's do X amount of raids, you'll be able to get encounters with the Reggies as well. So if you're not able to get the shiny during the raid hour, then you have an opportunity. And on Friday, I believe all of the Reggies will be available to battle in raids. And again, raid limits, I believe, are removed for remote raids on Friday. So you have an opportunity to do a bunch with that. Now, another side of things is that they will be having the legendary Zacian and Zamazenta in raids as well, in their Sacred Sword and Sacred Shield forms. So you won't be able to catch it in that form, but it's like any of these other events that they've had recently, where you'll probably get some energy in order to use the item, and then you can transform your Pokemon into that using that energy. So again, those raids are going to be probably very sought after as well. I know I haven't gotten either of those shiny, and I've done quite a bit, so hopefully I can get 2 of each if we are trying to do those. I'm not sure if Reggies are going to be around that whole weekend, so plan accordingly when you're trying to look into that. Other than that, again, there's a couple new shiny releases. Frigibax or Frigibax, however you want to say it. The main Pokemon, the pseudo legendary, I should say, from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That one is going to be shiny released. And then the other Pokemon that is shiny released, I know it. I literally just saw it last night. Trying to think through it. It should be... I feel like it's a Galarian Pokemon, but I'm not positive. Let's see if I can look it up real quick. And again, I use LeakDuck to get all this information. It has a lot. It's really good. It lays it all out. Oh, Carbinks. Carbinks is another Pokemon, so I don't... or Carbink. I don't think that's a Galarian Pokemon. But, again, at least when you're hatching those eggs or seeing wild Carbink, you'll be able to try to get that shiny, which will make it a little bit more enjoyable. Again, I am here for the shinies. I kind of don't like seeing Pokemon that can't be shiny in that game. So the more Pokemon that can be shiny, the better off it is. And then there's different wild and incense spawns. I know the main draw-in this year is going to be the Skiddo and the Klefki. Klefki is not shiny, but Klefki is a regional Pokemon only located in France, in at least the Pokemon Go game. And then Skiddo, it has primarily only been in Safari Zones, so this is the first time everybody can get that. The Safari Zones were usually just specific locations, and there have been a few in the U.S., but a lot. They kind of slowly stopped those and then slowly picked them back up again. But it will be fun to be able to get the Skiddo in Pokemon Go. And then there's various other Pokemon. A lot of them are ones that I already have, but there's some that are really cool that I don't even have. Like, I know, for example, a Gothita. I do not have a Gothita shiny, so I am going to be trying to get that. Again, I'm sorry if the connection is poor on any of these ends. I may need to get something crazier in terms of power for a PC, or I may need to, in the future, only stream on one specific platform. Again, the hope would be that I could stream on everything, just to make sure that I can reach the audience on both or multiple platforms at once. But again, we're trying to see what we can do. Could always go one way instead of having landscape and portrait, which might help. But I'd have to end the stream on TikTok, and I don't want to do that yet. Again, we are still searching for this Yamper, and on the bright side, we've been able to talk about a lot of things. I don't know, but there's a lot of benefits to having the ticketed bonus. But I'll read off some of these bonuses just so that you guys can hear some of them. So I guess between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. local time every single day, you will have surprise encounters in Go Snapshot. So when you're taking a snapshot of a Pokemon in game, you'll probably get an encounter. My guess is they're going to be the Dapper Pikachu, because those are the ones that are kind of featured for this specific event. Again, this one's really a Galar. I don't know if the right word is like a celebration, which is weird because we're not getting Dreepy shiny, which I think would have been the next Pokemon we would have gotten shiny. But for some reason, Pokemon Go has decided to kind of, stick their middle finger to the Galar region. We've gotten the Paldea Pokemon shiny before we've gotten, or at least the Paldea starter shiny, before we've gotten the starter Pokemon for the Galar region shiny. And they're probably just saving that for a way to take more money, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And then some other bonuses for all trainers: 1 hour lure module duration. So if you're in an area that has maybe a cluster of Pokemon stops, but not a lot of other opportunities, I would say, to hunt, putting down a bunch of lure modules are going to be very helpful because they last an hour. And then party play. So if you're in a party, that's going to last for 8 hours instead of 6 hours, meaning you can get in a party, you can play with your friends all day without having to constantly reconnect, and they might have some Pokemon encounters while doing that as well, some event ones, which would be really awesome. I don't know, I'd like to see some of those. And again, sorry if it's a little laggy right now, but those are the non-ticketed bonuses. So again, just casual gaming. But for the ticketed bonus, this is where I think you're getting your money's worth. You get increased encounters with shiny Pokemon, so the chance of encountering a shiny is going to be drastically increased. Hopefully it's close to Calm Day odds, but realistically it's probably going to be close to the 1 in maybe 100 odds. So you still have a significant boost because the normal odds are about 1 in 450, maybe 1 in 500 for certain Pokemon. And then perma boosted Pokemon are always going to be a little bit easier to get shiny. And usually perma boost Pokemon are Pokemon that are regional Pokemon or are the like the Galarian forms. And I know Galarian Farfetch is going to be available, so I haven't gotten a Farfetch shiny, but that should be a Pokemon that should be a little bit easier to encounter. You also get special research, which rewards an encounter with Volcanion, which Volcanion is a water fire type Pokemon. It's a mythical. This will be the first time it's in Pokemon Go. You'll also have incense attraction, and you'll be able to attract certain Pokemon to that incense, ones that not everybody can get unless they have a ticket. Specifically, it's usually unknowns, but each hour they usually throw in 1, maybe 2 Pokemon that are incense specific Pokemon, which can be annoying, but usually the unknowns and those Pokemon spawn more frequently than anything else off of those incense. And it does not work with the daily incense, so please do not try to use that. Again, this is for GoFest Global, which is taking place next weekend. You also have access to a hourly global challenge. So meaning you'll partake in completing a challenge, and then you'll get some reward for completing that challenge. And it says with exciting rewards. In the past, it's been kind of booty cheeks. Maybe it's like, oh, you get double catch candy or double catch XP or something like that. I would like to see more unique encounters or like maybe more benefits. Like, okay, you guys get a free legendary and then some extra bonuses added onto it. Or maybe you get more energy for the transformations of the Zacian and Zamazenta, right? Something that's a little bit extra, something that makes it worthwhile. Some of the challenges do take a little bit longer than others, but usually you at least have most of the time, like 30 plus minutes to use the bonus, which makes it really nice. But usually it's like making great throws, catching Pokemon, using berries, different things of that nature, dealing so much damage. And then I guess there's 3 surprise encounters in Go Snapshot per day. So I don't know if you only get 1 surprise encounter, whereas with the ticket you would have 3 surprise encounters. Again, I'm guessing those are going to be the Pikachus in their dapper outfits. And then also a couple added bonuses for the ticket holders. Easier hearts with buddies, so they'll gain more hearts for all friendship activities, meaning that hopefully you get some best buddies in there. You get 9 free raid passes. Again, these ones are in-person raid passes though. And you will only get that benefit for those specific days. So it's kind of a use them or lose them situation. So you should be doing at least 9 raids per day. And then if you get the deluxe bonus, you will also be getting an extra raid pass. You can open up 40 gifts per day. The reason why this one's probably pretty good is because usually, and I say usually because sometimes it has a tendency to change, but usually the Pokemon that are in eggs are specifically 7-kilometer eggs, meaning you need to open up gifts in order to be able to even get those Pokemon. So being able to open up gifts and more gifts will mean more chances at receiving those eggs with those special Pokemon that have a better chance of being shiny. And then 6 special trades per day and half Stardust cost. So even if you're not friends with somebody and you both want to trade something that both of you don't have, whatever it might be, that's a significantly less of a amount of Stardust in order to do that trade, which really makes it a lot easier to do trades. And again, I recommend if you have any lucky friends, meet up with them that day. Try to do some of those lucky trades because you can do up to 6 each day. But that may not be only between, yeah, that says between 12 a.m. and 11:59 on the days of the event. So feel free to use that even after you've done all of your hunting on that day. And again, usually they have these different things. So far, they've announced the habitats, and usually they throw in maybe some evolved forms of these Pokemon into these habitats as well. So I will probably give you an idea of what Pokemon or the evolved form of Pokemon I would expect us to see for some of these. Again, it's not always a guarantee, but these rotating habitats, again, are really the only way that you can maximize trying to get specific Pokemon. And I say that with kind of an asterisk because you can never guarantee that you're going to be able to see specific Pokemon. A lot of it is just up to chance, but specifically when you only have, let's say, 10 Pokemon that can spawn versus, 100 Pokemon that can spawn, your odds of encountering the specific Pokemon that you want to find is a lot better. So, so for the first hour of the event, again, I don't know if anybody cares to hear about this or not. It's just something that we can think about. Because again, something I had on my mind for this event, and maybe I could do some live stream when I'm hunting the specific Regis and whatnot. I'd love to make some content in that way, especially because I feel like TikTok would be an easy place to do that. So there's Moonless Volcano, which is the first habitat, and that happens from 10 to 11 local time, and then 2 to 3 p.m. So you have 2 opportunities if you can't even play the whole day. And you get encounters with Houndoom, Numel, Duskull, Gothita, Golett, Fletchling, Red Flower Flabebe, Skrelp, and Fuecoco. Again, why are these? Because we're going to see the Flabebes pop up periodically in each hour. And they're really special because you can only usually encounter them in different spots in the world. So being able to actually get these different Flabebes and potentially their shinies without having to go to those locations are going to be really nice. Also, some trainers might encounter Carbink. So Carbink is going to be the rare spawn for that hour. Now, in terms of what I expect extra Pokemon we might see in the wild, honestly, I could see us trying to get maybe a Houndoom. Houndoom can be shiny in the wild because it has a Mega that's in the game. I think we might see maybe a Camerupt. Could see some of those other rare Pokemon. Maybe Skeledirge will spawn in the wild. I'm not quite sure. Again, it's really hit or miss on whether or not we're going to see the evolved forms of some of these Pokemon at all. But my bet is whenever there's a shiny available Pokemon, there's a good chance that that should be available, especially something like Houndoom that has a mega that people will want to try to get a good one of, or want to try to hunt shiny. But again, who knows? Uh, the next hour rotation is Galvanic Dojo, and that happens from 11 to 12 and 3 to 4. Now, this one has some good things and it has some not so good things. This one's all about maybe more of the fighting, right? It has Machop, which we just had a Community Day Classic for, which, okay. Some people still probably don't have it, and that's great for them to have that opportunity. Not all of these are going to be winners, in my opinion. We've got Electabuzz. Again, a Pokemon that has had a calm day, has been in many events. Don't really care to see that. We also have Teddiursa, again, another Pokemon that I believe has been in a lot of events. I don't know if I have a crap ton, but it's something to consider. If you have a lot of, but if it's something that you're like, man, I don't have that, that's great for you. Scraggy, I would say Scraggy, even though I have one, Scraggy would be one of the ones that I'd like to hunt the most, just because a Scraggy is a lot harder to find, not only in the wild, but also shiny. Chespin, a starter Pokemon. Yellow Flower Flabebe would be nice to get. And then there's Pancham, which I don't believe I have a shiny Pancham, so that's definitely one on my radar. Dedenne, I know that was part of the Go Tour that happened earlier this year, but again, don't have many of those. Crabrawler, I definitely don't need any more Crabrawlers. I actually got a lot of Crabrawlers. And then Mienfoo, which I don't believe I have shiny. And if I do, then more of that Pokemon would be great. Now, something I want to also note, if you're running low on storage, try to get your Pokemon into gyms. Try to make sure that you're maximizing the amount of coins that you can get per day. And on top of that, if you are running out of space specifically in your bag, let's say you have multiple of the same shiny Pokemon, like so many that you're like, I don't know what to do with these, try to transfer them to home, because then you can transfer them to these Switch games and be able to use them in the Switch games, which I think is awesome. But besides that, let's get back onto the next hour just to kind of see what it has in store for us. The next hour is Hypnotic Tundra, and it has a lot of Ice-type Pokemon. Now, that happens from 12 to 1 and 4 to 5. Again, if you're somebody who's trying to maximize your time, I always recommend trying to look into, let's say, the hours that you want to hunt the most, hours that maybe you want to be more chill about, finding places to eat, or like times to eat. Again, it's really up to you, but again, it's good to have a game plan before the day arises so that you can probably maximize the event or make sure you're getting everything that you want. The Pokemon for this Hypnotic Tundra are Alolan Sandshrew, Swinub, Spheal, Piplup, Snover, Munna, LGM, Blue Flower Flabebe, Bergmite, and Frigibax. Now, again, the ones that are to my liking are going to be mainly the LGM, Blue Flower Flabebe, and Frigibax, because I don't have those shiny yet. The other ones are kind of meh. Maybe Snover, I don't have as many as I think about, but the other Pokemon have all been calm days at one point or another, so I have tons of those shiny. Then the final rotation of the habitat is the Fey Swamp. That's from 1 till 2, and then again from 5 to 6. So it's an 8-hour event, 4 habitats, um, and this one has a lot more, uh, I don't know, bug, fairy, some water type Pokemon. It's got a pretty good grab bag of different types of Pokemon. And this has Clefairy, it has Tentacool, Mawile, Gulpin, Venipede, Poplio, Marini, Morlul, and then some encounters, or some trainers will encounter some of the rarer ones like Togetic and Orange Flower Flabebe. So again, most of the flowers are very available, and will be available throughout every event. The Orange Flower Flabebe will be the rarest, and I'm not sure if I forget which Flabebes are specific to which areas. I believe red, blue, and yellow are the specific ones for maybe the different masses of land. Um, so like the Americas have one, Europe and Africa have one, and then Asia and that region have another one. But I could be wrong on that. Now, on top of that, there are going to be other spawns um, that can and will be shiny, and there's specific ones per day. So again, if you're trying to plan when to go out and what you want to find, if you can only do 1 day or 2 days, whatever it might be, this might be another encouragement or another group of Pokemon that you will be able to hunt each of those days. On Saturday, Chansey, Skarmory, Larvitar, Shieldon, Shelmet, Vullaby, and Oranguru, plus a rare encounter of Goomy, are going to be available, and those are the Shield-themed Pokemon. So I'm assuming those are the Pokemon that are exclusive to Pokemon Shield, and those are Pokemon that you would be able to encounter that day. Well, I know Goomy's. Well, Goomy might be, because they do have some different pseudo legendaries. But on Sunday, there are other specific Pokemon. These are related to Pokemon Sword, and that's Galarian Farfetch'd, Cubone, Ralts, Carablast, Pawniard, Dino, Passimian, and Jangmo-O. The Galarian Farfetch'd is going to be the one I am trying to find the most. But again, a nice little boost to getting other potential Pokemon. And those should be available throughout all day. And Sunday might have rotating habitats as well. I'm not sure. Usually Sunday's just a grab bag of Pokemon, but they might change it up this year. And then, again, ticket exclusive incense encounters. These are going to be the ones that you can only encounter if you have a ticket and you're using incense. So these will not be wild spawns at all. And so you're looking at, for the volcano habitat, you have Torkoal, which again would be fantastic. Torkoal came out for the, I believe, the Hoenn tour, and Torkoal was one that I did not get shiny, so being able to get that shiny would be insane. Galvanic Dojo, that Pokemon attracted to incense is Skiddo. Again, highly sought after. I have one encounter with Skiddo, and that's because of the ticket I bought. The Tundra will have Pachirisu, which came out for Sinnoh Tour. I was fortunate enough to get that and hatch it, but again, a Pokemon that is a regional to, I believe it's Canada. Why not? Why not try to hunt it? Why not try to get it and get more of those so that I can trade those to different people. And then lastly, the swamp habitat will have Klefki. Now, again, Klefki is unfortunately not going to be shiny, but it's still a regional Pokemon that most people, I would assume, probably don't have access to. And so being able to get that just to complete your decks would be fantastic. Again, hello everybody that has joined. Again, we're shiny hunting for a shiny challenge Z to A, and I'm also talking about Pokemon Go Fest, if that's something of interest. Other incense encounters include the unknowns. On Saturday, it's all the letters that spell shield. On Sunday, it's all the letters that spell sword. Not short. Sword. So again, a few different letters on those days, but some overlapping letters. But the caveat with the unknowns are they are extremely hard to get. Now, I would love to see them do what they've done in the past, where maybe there's a specific window between the start of the hour and 2 minutes into the hour where they increase the spawns to be a specific Pokemon. I know that they've done that with the unknowns in the past. I think last year they did it with Zorua, or for the Go Tour, they did it with Zorua. Unfortunately, I don't know if they will do that because the global event, not everybody will have access to those Pokemon. And then there's some cool raids. You've got 1-star raids having the Dapper Pikachu. You've got also Frigibax. I know trying to get those pseudo-legendaries shiny at their release is something that's sought after. Again, take it or leave it. There's also Train Conductor Phalanx appearing in 3-star raids. I would assume that can be shiny, but that's a little unique outfit for Phalanx. And then you've got Crown Shield Zamazenta and Crown Sword Zacian. Those are going to be 5-star raids. Again, you will not be able to catch those specific forms, but you will get probably energy that will help you then transform your Pokemon into that. And then there should be some nice field research event tasks that hopefully will replenish each hour. So that should be good. But man, we are not getting any shiny Yampers. I'm half tempted to take my Yamper out and switch it with another Yamper. It's not being a good Yamper to produce a shiny, so... But I don't know. Maybe we don't switch it. We let him be. It's just wild. I feel like I've been spending hours upon hours. We're already almost an hour into this, and we still haven't gotten shiny. I spent an hour yesterday. I spent a whole stream, which was like 2.5 hours, trying to get shiny Yamper, and then you know, we're back here again. I just don't know what to do. The Yamper doesn't want to shine, and I've been devoted to this quite a bit. Let's see. Let's say it takes roughly 5 minutes. We'll try and be generous. So we've got 60 plus 60 plus 120 plus 30 plus maybe another 150. Let's divide that by 5 times 5. We might be a little too generous on the count. It should take a lot less than 5, or a little bit less than 5 minutes to do a batch. But again, something to consider, I guess. We have done quite a bit of hatching. So we should be due for one anytime. But again, as I've said before, just because the odds say it's 1 out of 500 and however many does not mean it's actually 1 out of 500 and some. You need to actually get lucky. Which I'm not. We're definitely not lucky right now. Other thing I could do is I could start trying to set up a Xurkitree hunt to take a break from all of this nasty non-egg shinies. But again, we will have to see. I also have a feeling streaming during the daytime is just not the move, because not everybody has time to watch and guess brain rot sometimes. But nonetheless, we're still doing it because I need to make sure we have some content. I need to reach my goal. And my goal needs to be here before Legends ZA comes out. And I think we can make it. I think we can make it happen. It's going to be harder when I got to get back to the school year, but again, that doesn't mean that it's impossible. Boom. That's what my my PC just said. It was like boom. Three more in this batch. Come on. We need to see it. We need something. Now, just because I feel like talking about games and talking about different cool things, there's a new game mode in Fortnite. If anybody has seen it, anybody has heard of it, it's called Blitz Royale. It might be the funnest game mode that Fortnite has ever come out with. I feel so rewarded every single time I play it, even when I lose, because you're talking about spending less time looting up, less time, you know, encountering different people. Like, there's almost action the whole game. You're not just sitting there waiting, or, you know, you play 15 minutes of game and then out of nowhere a squad just wipes you or anything like that. It's literally, you drop in, it's a tiny map, there's not many places to go, and then it gives you loot after loot after loot. Everybody starts with the same weapon. Everybody starts with some perk, and usually they're boons or a medallion or something of that nature, and they're just a buff to yourself. So everybody starts with the same exact starting weapon, and usually it's a pistol, or I guess I should say it's usually a pistol. It's either dual wield pistols or it is a suppressed pistol. Again, either way, something that you could use to kill people. And you also only have, I would say, you would only have about 20 bullets to work with, which is enough to definitely um, take somebody out of the game. But if you miss your shots, it's definitely not going to be very easy. You might have to go in and battle them. But everybody at least starts off with the same amount when they drop from the bus, same everything. And then as you play the game, that's when you get different items. You can still open up chests. You can still loot and get more weapons, more anything of that nature. But the cool thing is, as you battle these other people, your level increases, and with each level you get something new. So I believe when you are level 2, you get a new boon or medallion that just spawns on you, and it's another perk that is added to your overall person. But then at level 3, you get a guaranteed gold weapon. And that gold weapon can be whatever whatever it wants, and they have a really good loot pool. I was getting a pump and dump shotgun SMG combo, which is insane. It's almost cheating, I feel like, but it is such a good weapon. And then when you hit stage 4, that's when you get an exotic weapon, and they have all of the exotic weapons, I believe, that have been in the game. And I mean, you can get a random weapon. I had the tracker pistol, which basically, if you hit somebody with it, it tracks them so that you can see them even if they run and hide. You can get the accelerant shotgun, which when you hit somebody with the bullets, then you get to speed up, and all of that. Now, besides that, the games only last 5 minutes. So you're not sitting there like, man, I spent that whole game and I died. You're sitting there like, oh man, if I lost, I only wasted 5 minutes. If I won, holy crap, like that, it just feels great. Like you can go back to back to back to back and just keep on dominating. That's what me and my friend did last night. And we were like, okay, is this game, like, are we just playing with bots this whole time? Like something feels off. Maybe the first game was just bots, but we realized shortly, no, these are real people. They were hitting us, we were hitting them, but then we just would destroy them. And I think out of like the almost 10 games that we played, we only lost 1 game, which was very, very good. And it's a great way to get those crowns up. Again, we played like 10 games, which maybe played for like not even an hour. And it just felt amazing. It flew by. But we got so much more out of it than in a normal night of playing. And also, I leveled up like 5 times. Granted, there were a lot of challenges that gave a lot of XP associated with that new game mode, but it was overall insane. So, I don't know. It was nice. I highly recommend it, especially if you're not a fan of the regular mode, for either if it's too repetitive, too long. I would say that this Blitz Royale mode just makes it so much better. But yeah, if there's any Fortnite fans in the comments watching the video, please let me know. I'd be happy to maybe do a stream of that at some point. I'd need to hook up my PlayStation to this, but that is a-okay. I'm down for whatever. But I mainly want a shiny hunt, at least for some extent. Um, Here, I can close this door too. I don't know if that's distracting or not. I'm about to switch out this Yamper. It's not giving us anything that we want. It's honestly making life pretty difficult. Yeah, at least have enough now. But who knows? We could be lucky on this one and get the shiny, and things would be insane. We've got 5 Yampers. One of them has to be coming up to be shiny. Let's see what we can do. The first one was a regular old pup. Not cool at all. And we are still getting stuck with these animations. The sound, we need something different. That's okay. That's okay. If it's going to be any of them, it's going to be the 4th egg hatching. It's not going to be the first. It's not going to be the second. It's probably not even going to be this one. And again, I was right. It was not that one. Let's see what we can do with lucky number 4. Again, even numbered Pokemon, even numbered egg hatch. So it has to be good. It has to be. We can be hopeful. We can be hopeful. You know, just because things don't work out, we can still be hopeful. This is our last egg of this hatch. Yamp Daddy did not want to be shiny. So, this is what we're going to do. Because I'm getting sick and tired of this Yamper that I put in here. I am going to take my Pokemon back. I'm going to take Yamper because this is not cool. This Yamper is being annoying. And then we are going to leave a Pokemon. Again, there's nothing wrong with this Yamper. It was a normal Yamper. Let's do the amazing stat Yamper. Yep, I'll give you $500. I don't care. And again, it's okay because it's a male. Unfortunately, we are going to let this Yamper go. It served us well, but it was hurting our chances of getting the shiny. Ultimately. And I'm going to blame it on that Yamper. Not that the Yamper really did much. They did what they needed to do. And I will be, if any of these next 6 happen to be shiny, I will take back everything I said. And we will send Fs in the chat to pay our respects to that Yamper. But a new Yamper's in town. A new Yamp Daddy trying to get some eggs. Trying to get a nice batch of Pokemon. Nice batch of shinies. Now, imagine I just screwed myself over by switching this out. But, come on. It's 1 in 512 for any egg I receive, so I didn't really screw myself over. If it's bound to happen, it's bound to happen. I should have done this a long time ago, though. And look how quick this is going. Getting so many eggs, getting so many Yampers. We're just killing it. We are gonna succeed. We have to be 1 with the Yamper. 1 with the egg. One with the shininess. Now, real talk. I think every Pokemon game that's made should come with a randomizer and maybe a Nuzlocking mode, just because you're talking about something that people already do, something that people continue to do and will continue to do. Why not make it just an automatic part of the game? Why not allow people to customize the game if they want? You could have two specific saves. You could have a regular save that you play, and then you could have a challenge mode save. I think it would be a great idea. I think you'd be able to see a lot more people down with that. But I am excited for this new ZA game. Can't wait to see more on it. I think the battling is going to be exciting. I think it's going to be a very fun time, whatever happens. Remember what I said, Yamper number 4. I don't know if it's this one or not. I lost track. Come on. Boom. Nope. I don't have the cheat codes, guys. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, did not work out. I guess now we just have to keep on hoping. Come on, my Zigzagoon's getting lonely. We need at least another Pokemon to pair up with it. And unfortunately, guys, I cannot save Arceus Shiny for last. I have already caught the Shiny Arceus in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond / Shining Pearl. So I cannot get the Arceus Shiny in that one. Again, thank you guys for joining. If you are staying, if you're just looking around, that's fine. Again, I appreciate whatever anybody does. If they're here to stay, if they're just chilling out. Again, do what you need to do. Do what you can. Stop by for a bit. Check me out. Let other people know if you like what you see. Again, I'm just a small streamer at the moment, but looking to try to get some more going. Get larger and larger as this continues. Baby steps, baby steps. Come on, 5 eggs, 5 chances. We can do it. We're just not going to do it on this one. Come on, break, 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 break. Man, whoever told me I should go for the Yamper, you're really, really killing me right now. I might seriously take a break and just try to set up the circuitry. The circuitry might be a little bit more fun. I mean, we can't hunt it, but we could set it up. I think that's special. Last hatch. We are failing at getting this shiny Yamper, unfortunately. All hope is not lost yet, but it's getting there. We've been doing this for hours upon hours upon hours. No shiny. We've done it for an hour today. We did an hour yesterday. We've done it for like 2.5 the day before. And then the last week we did it for like another 2.5 hours or something like that. We are struggling to get this complete, and I'm not sure if it will ever happen. There's always a chance that it will, but that chance could be so far out there that it's just not possible yet. Maybe I'll take a second, and instead of doing this, I'll show off some of my Pokemon cards that I have. We have a lot in binders. Yeah, maybe we'll do a break to look at some of these Pokemon cards. I know that they're going to be a little bit difficult to see, a little bit hard to see, but if I can remember where they're at, we'll be able to see some of them. So after this batch, we'll just take a small break. I'll show you guys like 5 cards that I have. I don't know which ones I'll show you, but we will see a few. Just to get an idea of some cards in the collection. Again, some of the best cards I have are in binders, just because we tried to collect them and we tried to complete sets. But those times are probably long gone now, because it's hard to get our hands on any Pokemon cards. I'm still going to be posting YouTube videos though, with card openings, and then we are going to do a major card opening, which would be insane. Opening up one of those Charizard UPC boxes, Ultra Premium Collection boxes. It'll be nice. It'll be fun. Hopefully we get something out of some of those packs, especially the Evolving Skies packs that I know are in there. And I mean, if we pull the Moonbreon, that would be the best case scenario overall. I don't even know how much that box is worth currently. Yikes, I just dropped my controller. Maybe the controller drop will get us the shiny. But I want to put it in perspective for all of you. So, when those first came out, I think they were like $120, maybe $100. Slowly, as time has gone on, everything's just increased in price. But the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection boxes are currently sitting at $300 a piece. So think about this. I bought 2 for $200. I could sell one and open one and still make $100 back on that investment. I'm not saying that's what I'm gonna do. I'd like to hold on to it. Maybe it's something I open up. maybe if I get into a bind, having a little extra cash will be nice. But again, I have a handful of those that I would love to keep one sealed and open one up, and that has been my plan ever since I bought them. I just haven't opened the box up. I think I was like, they were turning into a dime a dozen. Everybody was opening them up, and I wanted to output it when like it was current, not, you know, I usually don't spend $100 on a Pokemon card product, but I would love to be able to work towards that so that I can make some of these really cool openings, open up eventually some vintage packs. And I kind of forgot what I said. So let's go back here. Let's see what I can find for us. Because I have loads and loads of so there's these. Those are the only thing of note in this box. That's Evolving Cries. Oh, where did all my high quality cards go? It's the worst when you don't know where anything is. I'm glad that that says random, but it does not help me. Let's see what's in this box. Okay, here's a lot of cards. Now, I don't know if this is all my cards, but I've got a lot of cards. Don't worry, they're all sleeved. Let's see what cards we got. Oh, this one's a good one. Let's see what's in this stack. That's a cool one. From a more recent set. That one's also a cool one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's look at some of these. I'm gonna save these ones. So first up, we've got a King Gambit card. Again, I guess that's a promo from a box, but it does look cool nonetheless. We've got a nice Roxanne. Roxanne. We've got a nice Iron Moth. the Mew, shiny Mew. Again, lovely, lovely Pokemon card. But now we're going to get into some crazy ones. When it reconnects. If you guys can see that, it's a Groudon. Sick looking Groudon. And to go with it, we've got a nice looking Entei, the one from Crown Zenith. Again, very cool cards on their own. But the card that I might be most excited about, Giratina V-Star, the gold one. Love it. Giratina might be a top 5 Pokemon of all time. It really does have a special place in my heart and has a lot of cool things about it. And now we will continue this tedious and dull hunt for a shiny Yamper by hatching egg after egg after egg. Also, thank you to whoever started following me. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I didn't see that follow, but again, I appreciate it. We will get to 100. Not what I wanted to do. But we will get to 100 in no time. Again, you got to start from somewhere. It's just like the song. Start from the bottom, and eventually we'll get there. We'll get there. But we are just going to be chilling and chilling and chilling. Man, if I was in the Pokemon universe and there was ever hunger, I'd just go to the nursery, the daycare center, and then just, I guess, get a bunch of eggs, and then people can crack them and they can, you know, not starve. So hopefully that works the same way. It would be crazy to think that they don't work that way in the Pokemon universe, but who knows. I actually would be curious if there's any lore on like a cracked Pokemon egg, if it's got like a yolk in it, if it's just, you know, like how it works. Might be a little dark. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. We don't want you to be shiny. At least not the way that you want to be shiny. Oh man, I guess shiny Yamper's just got more pink in its body. It's not even, it's still the yellow tuft of fur. Yikes. I definitely didn't miss one, but we could have. We could have. But somebody would have said something. Somebody would have been like, nah, that sparkled. That shined. That's the shiny. And I would have heard it. So instead of a more brown, it's more pink. But that might be the only thing that's changed about it. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much of a... Oh, maybe its ear's a little bit more puke green rather than the green it is now. Like a baby barf. Yamper, come on. Yikes. also, I will most likely be posting another video tomorrow on TikTok. Again, my last one that I posted on Monday got a lot of traction, um, which I appreciate. It was really cool to see that grow in viewership. A lot of likes, a lot of comments, and I want to continue to see that grow and be something more. But that's the best any of my videos have done, and you know, I'd like to continue working on that. Again, we are just trying to chill out and see what we can do. Again, thank you for those of you that have joined, have stayed for a bit. We are Jay chillin'. I'm trying to you know, make sure if somebody's commenting, somebody's talking, I would like to converse, as they say, in order to make that happen. I am tempted to try to do some Xurkitree startups, but there's always that just that gut feeling that what if we get the Xurkitree and the first one we do is shiny, and then I have to refine the shiny because I couldn't catch the shiny because it wasn't the right time. That would hurt. That would be devastating. I don't know if I'd be able to go on. And I can't just make an exception to the rule. I mean, I could, it's my challenge, but like that's not, we'd know. We'd know. The timestamps would show. Would be kinda crazy though. Come on, you Yamper. Yamper. I was right on the Pokemon, guys. I was correct that it was going to be a Yamper. Let's see if I can be correct if it's going to be a shiny. But I really don't have faith that this is going to be the shiny. But we'll see it shine. I want to see it sparkle. I want to see it have a little pizzazz to it, you know? Pizzazz. Come on, all these guys up here are waiting. None of these are shiny. None are shiny. Well, this guy's shiny, I know for sure. This one's not. Yikes. Well, I guess we are stuck still hunting. An hour and 30 minutes into this stream, and we still have yet to see it shine. There's worse things that could happen in life. Not many. Not many. Because shiny hunting is life right now. But we're on a struggle bus. Again, if anybody's doing GoFest, let me know. Or if anybody would like to see me stream GoFest for a little bit, that'd be fun. I do have as many portable chargers as I can. I do have a GoPro, which I bought specifically for doing stuff. Um, so I need to make sure I take that out and use that. But it gets kind of difficult. My brain, like I see the vision, but my brain just constantly is like, that's too much. Like, especially when it comes to shiny hunting, I'm like, I just want to go, go, go. Screen recording, all that stuff. That's not my strong suit. Um, I know it's easy to do that, but I get lost in that how many videos I'd have on my phone. Um, Making sure I screen record every little thing. I don't think my phone can handle a 8-hour recording. That'd be insane. Next 5. What are we gonna see? More Yampers. More non-shiny Yampers, I should say. Yikes. We're getting there. Come on, it's my sister's birthday today, so this Yamper needs to shine. She was the one who suggested Yamper. And if it doesn't shine today, I don't know when it will. If ever. If ever. It'd be crazy if I just went to a random Yamper and I was like, I just encountered it into a battle and it was shiny. Sounds about right. I should release some of these shiny Pokemon. Or some of the Pokemon that aren't shiny. I don't know. I feel bad releasing like a Pokemon that has done a lot for my team. But at this point, I'm so far removed, I don't even remember what Pokemon are what. From the last time I beat this game. See, there's just so many shinies. That one's not. I could probably get rid of that guy. That one's shiny though. That one's shiny. Great shiny. Great shiny. A lot of these are shiny. Actually, is this one shiny? Yeah, that is. Is it a Gigantamax? It is not. Yikes. This is the shiny Obstagoon though. Oh, such a good shiny. Shinies for days. Snom shiny. These are probably not shiny at all. These could be... No, they're not Gigantamax. Why do I have all of these trash Pokemon then? It says Okay, no, these are Gigantamax. Let me go back to this. Okay, this one is definitely not. Yikes. Oh wait, I gotta go back. Just so when I am collecting these. I could get rid of this guy. Just double checking it's not a shiny. Let's release that. Let's just check to make sure this ain't... Okay, it's Dynamax. I'm going to keep that. Let's move this guy up here. Let's move this guy here. And now I've got a whole load of space for these eggs to go, and I could probably do a little bit more with hatching these. There will eventually be a time when I just run out of space, but then we just keep on hatching and hatching and hatching instead of collecting and collecting, collecting. I do feel we're about this close to getting it. This close. I also need to set up something on my stream so that then you can see like the Pokemon I'm shiny hunting, you know, have those moving images, whatever they are, you know. Try to get that with the shininess. I need to figure that out. If anybody has any tips and tricks on that, let me know. That'd be a whole lot of fun to try to get that and make the stream look even better. Right now I've just been kind of, you know, the video and all that. Three, two, one. Oh. Close enough. 5! Let's go! Let's go. It's like, I don't even know if I'm going to have a crazy reaction to a shiny right now. I'm kind of like over this hunt. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll still have a reaction. I can turn it on and turn it off just like that, you know? Not gonna let these phase me. Should be our last one of this egg hatching pool. Alright, I'm actually going to time it so that we can make the best judgment on how long it takes to actually get these. Including, we're going to include the time it takes to remove everything. We'll do one of these. Let's do a stopwatch. Starting. The amount of time it takes to hatch and get some eggs. Already at 12 seconds, oh no. Again, a process. Getting some more eggs. 25 seconds. at 37 seconds. Takes about like 6 or 7 seconds just to get the egg. We are at 52 now. Got another egg. A minute 10. We should be hatching any moment now. 3, 2, 1. Oh? Never mind. So with getting eggs to the point of hatching, it's about 140. Okay? And then to hatch, non-shiny. It almost takes like 15 seconds just to have the hatch animation go through.